We've got mail. I can't wait to see what's inside of this, guys. Let's open it up.
All right, y'all. So I'm very excited to see what we got here. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I already knew what it was. I ain't gonna front. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's up. It's up, bro. Third copy. Third copy is here. And I'm about to get into some trouble with this one, y'all. Triple sales ban, y'all. I am gonna be running triple. And honestly, the reason I'm gonna be running triple is because I think I'm gonna be back on Dark World. I'm gonna try experimenting with a new build to try and get around Droll, since Shifter isn't a problem anymore. So I definitely think that we can make room, or we have room, to incorporate some sort of anti-Droll engine. So sales ban is definitely one of those things. And the one thing about Dark World is, we don't run that many hand traps. So we want to try to figure out a way to get around hand traps, since we don't run that many hand traps. So I think triple sales ban could definitely fit in here, because we could draw into it, we could start with it. This is really, really good for the deck, in my opinion. I might only play 2, but I got 3 just in case. I just want to do some testing, and let's see where it goes. So what's good, y'all? It's your boy Keenan, and I am back with another video. I am here bringing to you guys my new and improved, updated Dark World deck. Now, it has been a long time since I've even thought about running Dark World, just because of Dimension Shifter and even Droll and Lockbird. But don't worry anymore, baby. We ain't gotta worry about Dimension Shifter anymore. And you know what? We got an anti-Droll build coming for you guys. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, starting off, we got 3 Jinza. 3 Jinza. This card is a great and amazing starter. It has a soft once per turn effect and a hard once per turn effect. You discard it, add Gates of Dark World to your hand, and then, you get your combo started that way. You got another Fiend monster in your hand, boom, your combo's already started. It's a level 4. It's great for getting into Xyz monsters, and for having extra, bodies on the board, etc., etc. And also, this card can recur back to your hand by, Rainbow summoning itself onto the field, adding this card back to your hand, or even Grapha summoning itself to the field and adding this card back to your hand. So this has a very repetitive effect. Very good for getting into your combos. Next, we have 3 Snow. Snow is your second best card in this deck, honestly. It gets you any Dark World card. Any Dark World card from your deck to your hand. Then next, we have triple Rainbow. Rainbow is a really good card. It allows you to get a level 5 or a level 5 or higher Dark World from your deck to your hand. So this gets you your Silva, and it also gets you your Grapha when discarded. Its second effect is if this card was discarded by your opponent's card effect, you get that first effect to add the level 5, but then you also get an effect to special summon a level 4 or lower Dark World monster from your deck to any side of the field. That's insane. So basically what that means is, when you discard this card, off of an opponent's card effect, and that can be done many ways, you can even special summon Ceruli. You can special summon Ceruli to your opponent's side of the field, boom, and get that hand rip going. A lot of people don't use that card for that effect. They just use it to recur and get the Dark World cards back to your hand over and over again. But that's a great effect, honestly, to get that hand rip going. Up next, we have double Grapha. We only need 2, bro. We really only need 2. I think 3 would just clog up the deck. If this card is discarded by card effect, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy that target. That's insane. Then if this card was discarded from your hand by an opponent's card effect, you can look at 1 random card in your opponent's hand. Then if it was a monster, you can special summon it to your field. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And if you're not hand ripping, if you have to discard a card, Rainbow or Grapha, that would get you some pretty good extenders, get you some bodies on the field. Then we got double Silva. Now, Silva is the bread and butter of this deck, to me, honestly. You could discard it, special summon, and you can just keep on going with your, summonings and adding this card back to your hand. It's non-once per turn. You can rip your opponent for, more than once, and eventually get them down to just 1 card when they start their turn. This card is OP as hell. It needs to be limited. It needs to be limited because running 2, I have an opportunity to rip your whole entire hand, especially if I draw into talent. If I draw into talent, bro, and I've already ripped you twice, your whole hand is gone before you even start. And I have an Omni Negate at the start of your turn. So you're not going to get anything. That's an automatic win, bro. Automatic win. Then we got one Cerulli. The one Cerulli is enough to get the Silva effect hand rip going. There's multiple ways to do it. Now I found that out by testing the deck multiple times. I'm definitely better at it than I was before, but yeah, just one Cerulli and one Brow. One Brow. Because when he's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you get to draw 2 cards instead of 1. I like that effect. Now that's it for the Dark World cards. So let's get into some non-engine. All right, so starting off with the non-engine and the extenders, we got one Unchained Soul of Shavara, and we run the one Salamander Catalyzer. This card is good for, helping get off those combos. You reveal it, and another Fiend Monster, discard 1, special summon the other. So that's good for that. Shavara is good for an extra body, and for running its Link Monster alongside with it, the Unchained Soul of Rage, and I will get to that in a second. Then we do run the triple Jin and the one Kin. Now, I love Kin and Jin, bro. Jin starting off is really the only card that we normal summon. Everything else is special summon, which is really cool about the deck. There's not a lot of normal summons. Jin is really the only one. Normal summon it, special summon Kin from your deck to the other side of the field. Boom, its effect activates. It makes you draw 2 cards and discard 1. So that's your opponent activating a monster effect, and you can also use it for a potential hand rip. So that is another way that we got our hand rips in this deck. So that's just really cool. Now we're gonna get into our danger package. Our danger package consists of 2 Bigfoot, double Nessie, double Mothman, 1 Jackalope, the 1 Tsuchinoko, and the 1 Chupacabra. Now, I don't run any triples. I think that having about 9 to 10 is probably the best ratio for me. I would run another Jackalope, but that's probably the only thing I would change about this lineup. It's been perfect. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything about it. All right, let's get into our spells and traps. We got double Corridor. We only run 2. We don't need to run 3. It clogs up our deck, but just having 1 is honestly effective. So we run 2. We also run Thrust. So this card gets added to our hand. It gets set to our field, whatever we need to do. But we get it done. This card gets it done. 2 is perfect. Then we got double Gates of Dark World. Like I said about Corridor, we don't need to run that many. Too many spells and traps clogs this deck, bro, because it thrives off of the monster's discard's effect. So too many spells and traps just clog it up. Then we got the 1 Accession, 1 Archives, and 1 Dark World Puppetry. Dark World Puppetry is so fire, bro. It's a quick effect. You can target up to 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them, then discard 1 Fiend Monster. So any cards that any deck that utilizes, their graveyard a lot, this card stops them in their tracks. It's very good for cutting off the graveyard. All right, getting into more spells and traps. We got the double Thrust and the 1 Talents. This is a really good ratio. I wouldn't run more than 3 Thrusts. The 1 Talent is good because we can draw into it. And we can also search off of Thrust, so that's really good. Our opponent activates a card effect, we can have another hand rip just off of Talents by itself. So I like that. I like that ratio. It's really good. Then we got the triple Allure. What we need to get most of our combos going sometimes. If we honestly, this and the Jinta in hand is just chef's kiss, because you can banish the Jinta will summon back. You have the extra draws, and you can get your recursion going by getting the Jinta back to your hand eventually. So I love the triple Allure. It's great. Then we got 1 Rhoda. And then we also got 1 card Destruction. And that's pretty much it for like the regular spells and traps and our extenders for this deck. Now I want to talk about this new anti-draw package for the rest of the cards. So basically I've been testing it out online. I will run Salesband in this deck. Salesband is perfect, bro. I can honestly just play this card, call out Droll and Lockbird, and will not have a problem for the rest of the game because I'm not worried about Dimension Shifter. I'm not really too worried about Molcharmies. If they don't have Shifter or if they don't have Droll, I am going to call a Molcharmy. Maybe Dominus, but Dominus won't even stop me that much because this deck just has so much gas, bro. You stop one summon, there's going to be 50 more afterwards. It don't even matter. So maybe Molcharmy, but definitely Droll and Lockbird for sure. And then we also got the one crossout designator for the Droll and Lockbird. And then we got the one Droll and Lockbird, and then we got the Call by the Grave. So this is our anti-Droll package. This sales ban card is just so freaking dope. And I think this is gonna be a very, very popular card going into the next format. All right, and to be specific about what Sales Ban does, you can declare one card name. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same original name as that declared card. The same restrictions apply to you, but for the rest of this duel instead of just this turn. And you can only use one Sales Ban per turn. So that's what it does. It's really cool. Honestly, I think you guys should invest in it. Moving on to our extra deck. We run double Grapha, double Overlord Grapha, three would be cool, but I haven't summoned him more than once, honestly. When he's destroyed or when he's banished, you can summon back out your other Grapha from your main deck and just have another big body on the field. Then we got Cross Sheep, one Muckraker, one Unchained Soul of Rage, and then we also got the Nightmare package. We got Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, and the Nightmare Unicorn. These are our Link 2s and the one Link 3. The Unchained Soul has come up a lot, honestly. The Shavara, if you draw the Shavara, this play is really good. This play is really good. Let me read it to you guys. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, and then immediately after this call resolves, you can link summon one Dark Link monster, except Unchained Soul of Rage. So Unchained Soul of Rage, I may use him to go into Nightmare Unicorn, or I may use him to go into another, Dark Link monster, like Muckraker maybe. But he is really good for getting bodies off the field and for board breaking. We run the one Baguska, one Dugaris, one Giant Hand, one Hope Harbinger, one Dingirsu, one Giant Trainer, and the one Garunix Eternity. Bro, when I tell you, just getting 2 level 8s on the field is so easy with this deck, bro. And just summoning this guy, destroying all monsters your opponent controls so you can continue with your combo going second, is just chef's kiss, bro. It's phenomenal. It's peak. I definitely recommend running at least one. Run one. Break those boards. This good is great for breaking boards just off of Bigfoot and Grapha alone. But Garunix Eternity being a level 8, bro, is just too perfect. Too perfect for this deck. Going second, that's a great option. You're not really going to summon him going first, but going second, phenomenal. All right, and that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining. Stay tuned for the next episode of Reign of Fire, where I ventured to my nearest locals and I competed. And I'm not going to tell you guys how that went now, but you guys are in for a sweet treat. I ain't going to lie to you. All right, y'all. Deuces.
Once again, the same old story, the same old end. Can we play it out loud? The same old noise, the same old sound. Superstar now, you might catch me dripped in me.